Thank you for joining us, Phil. Could you please get us started with opening remarks?
Evening, guys. Well, I think we've sat here many times after defeats this season, and I've been really disappointed. I think tonight is not the night where I can be overly disappointed with the performance of my team. I think we asked for certain things before the game, and they delivered in all aspects of our play. Like I say, we've had a sickly feeling in our stomachs since the Nashville game and the Red Bulls game, because of the way that the results went and the way that our performance was and the goals that we conceded. But tonight we saw a team that we could be proud of, and ultimately I think it was probably one of our best performances of the season in terms of the way that they stuck to the game plan, the discipline of the team, the intensity of the team. I thought was absolutely first class, and what I've said to them in the dressing room is that it's probably one of our top performances that we've had, without the final bit, without the reward at the end of it, without the result to back up the performance. But ultimately, that's football, and we've got to bounce back quick. With now we fly to Portland for a really important game, and we said there's going to be plenty of twists and turns in this league. And plenty of bumps and bruises, and at the moment we're getting plenty of bumps and bruises. Some are we've got to accept. Tonight we do accept, but I think we accept it on the basis of, I think we produced a really good performance in a really outstanding against an outstanding team who had to change their formation 2 or 3 times to try and nullify the threat that we was doing. The penalty decision. It was one of those when he gave it, and obviously we've seen it back. It would have been very difficult for him to turn that, or for VAR to turn that decision around. Was it a penalty? Probably not, but you can see probably why he gave it, and then you could probably understand why they didn't probably rescind it, because of the fact that it had to be clear and obvious. Was it deliberate? No. Was he trying to pull his arm away? Yes. But was it really clear and obvious? Probably was a difficult decision to make. So ultimately, I'm not complaining about the decision, because I think it was a 50-50 decision that sometimes goes your way, sometimes doesn't go your way. We played Atlanta early in the season. One didn't go our way, and it's not gone our way again today. But there's no mourning about the decision.
If you have a question on the call, please raise your hand. All right, we're gonna get started with Michelle, then Franco. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi, Phil. You say it was an outstanding performance, and it was, in many ways, the team played much better, the defense, the passing and all that. But at the end of the day, I think there were 0 shots on target. And your team is still, the lowest scoring team. What do you think went wrong up there up front? I mean, there were a couple of really nice sequences. Robbie missed one. There was some really good defensive plays on Atlanta's part. But at the end of the day, your team still didn't score. So why do you think that is?
Yeah, and I think that's a fair question, because I keep thinking about my recollection now, obviously coming off the back of the game and not watched it since. I think about chances for Robbie first half, Blaze first half, maybe a half chance for Gonzalo. Might be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. And then Rodolfo at the end. I think there was a good chance for Rodolfo at the end, where we just need to be ruthless. That's 2. You think about the chance for Robbie, the chance for Rodolfo, and maybe the chance for Blaze. That's 3 really good chances away from home in a stadium like this, where I've watched them the last 3 or 4 games, where they don't give much away. So I'm like, you're not going to come here and cut them open with 5, 6, 7, 8 opportunities. But what we have created tonight are 2 or 3 really outstanding chances where we need to be ruthless, where you need to just bang the ball in the back of the net, and that's what probably has been our downfall a lot this season, in terms of that ruthlessness in the final third, the clinicalness of sticking it in the back of the net. And ultimately that probably cost us, because we probably could have been going in at half time 1 or 2-0 up, which would have obviously been a totally different game. And then the chance at the end, is ultimately where you want your players to take the opportunities.
Next question, Franco, then Alex.
Thank you, Rafa. Hey, Phil. Just going off the attack, going off that idea, you used Gonzalo, dropped him a little bit in this one. Robbie played a little bit higher up. It's a bit of a little different tactical wrinkle there from you guys. How do you think it played out? How do you think it did against Atlanta United on the day? Thank you, Phil.
Well, we tried to outnumber them in midfield. We tried to get our best footballs on the ball to really control midfield, 3 versus 2, 4 versus 2. And I think we did that. We found central areas really well. I thought Rodolfo was probably at his best game of the season, without a shadow of a doubt. His discipline in and out of possession, I thought was really good. The 2 wing backs probably had really good games as well. But in terms of we tried to outnumber them in midfield to cause them problems, because we knew that their front 3 or 4 were probably some of the best in the league. Araco, Barco, Martinez, really off the cuff players. And we wanted to make sure that once we penetrated that line of 3, we knew that there was a disconnect in their team. So we knew that we had to have the courage and character and personality to get the ball into the midfield. We did that. And Gonzalo helped us with that. And now ultimately, when we got to the final third, we just still needed more quality from those players, just like the Atlanta players had in their team. So that is what I'm going to demand more from Gonzalo, from Pizarro, from Robbie, from Carranza, from Lewis, from Gibbo. We need to be more ruthless in the final third. We need to make sure that final pass is really good. And if we do that, we are a good team.
Next question, Alex, then Lauren.
Hi, Phil. So tonight, Rodolfo had 8 recoveries. So I was wondering if you ever thought about playing him a bit deeper as a central midfielder. He's got good ball retention. He can play himself out of trouble. Have you ever thought about maybe dropping him a bit deeper as a central midfielder to try to progress the ball a bit more up the pitch?
Well, we did that tonight. We played him deeper. I told him he had to think like a central midfield player, not like a number 10, medio punto. And I thought his discipline was fantastic. I really did. I thought in terms of his discipline, him, Jay, who had a really good game, and Blaze, I thought their discipline to fill the spaces, to get tight, to be aggressive, to win the ball. Rodolfo had to do a job that probably with this club hasn't seen him do. But then I knew that he would have the quality then to counter-attack, So I'm really pleased with Rodolfo. I think he is in a really good headspace. I think he's enjoying his football. He knows that I trust him. And yeah, it's a position that we think he can play.
Last question, Lauren.
Thanks, Rafa. Hi, Phil.
Hello.
Tonight, Lewis Morgan played in his 50th match, started in his 50th match, playing in all matches in club history. Can you speak on his efforts tonight on both ends of the field and his commitment to this club?
Well, I think he's, at this football club, because we're so young, there's a lot of firsts, and obviously he's the first to that 50 appearance mark. That means he's played in every single game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's missed a league game. Is that right? He's never missed a game for us. So, and you think about when I'm picking a team, I've got to say he's probably the first name on the team sheet because of his energy, his quality, his durability, his mental toughness. And I'd say that there's more to come from him in terms of everything that we ask. At the moment, we're asking him to play in a position that's totally foreign to him, really, and he's doing an outstanding job. His defensive work tonight and his ability to go from defence to attack, I think it's been really good. And, he's a big player at this football club. He's part of that group that we want to build a team around. And he should be really proud of what he's done for Inter Miami, his commitment to the club, the way he conducts himself on and off the field. I think it's the type of character and personality we want at Inter Miami. And I think he came here probably with people not having much expectation. And now he's one of the most important players, not just in the team, but in the MLS.
Thank you, Phil.
Thanks, guys.